Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you all according to your time and locations. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, my dear viewers, I am back again with another update. So guys, I have a video here I would like we all to watch. But before then, if you're meeting my channel for the very first time, you're highly welcome. Please kindly do all to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your thought about this video in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this video, and I will see you towards the end.
It's in the story. But what is interesting though is if there will be a rerun at all, let it be between Atiku and I. And take Obi away so that people like Chris, what could be our guest, will not get emotional, about it. Our good friend.
And in saying so, the point, should be made quite clear that all sides, should be sensitive to the integrity of the institution of the judiciary. And when I say all sides, the politicians, the judges, themselves, as well as even the media, the way that will play in this issue. Because what I'm talking about sensitivity is that, unlike other arms of government, if you make an attack on the Senate president, as a politician, you could trade war with you, and reply, if you attack a minister or the president or anybody in the executive, the media people could reply, but a judge cannot be seen as exchanging. So when you are accusing, a judge, you should be very careful because there's that limitation. The CJ cannot, be replying his accuser. Two, in doing this, we should also be mindful of the fact that we don't have a systemic breakdown in Nigeria. There are institutions, which a lot of work needs to be done to make them work better, to make them stronger, to really build them. But it doesn't mean that these institutions are not there or that they're not working. For God's sake, if you have any allegation, against a judge or whatever, there's the Judicial Council. You can report. Even though we talk down on the system, judges have been disciplined by the Judicial Council. Lawyers have been disciplined. Cases have been taken up and sanctions have been given. Yeah. And some of these allegations that I made, the burden on corruption. If you feel that, if you have evidence that a judge or in any case, whether it is political or not, if you send a petition to the ICPC investigate, judges and the rest, and they could be taken to court. Judges have been taken to court, and same for have ruled, on the matter. So when you now reduce the whole thing to political tirades, and people just think that because of the moment you could just raise allegations, and because you are making a political point. What I'm saying is that beyond the election, after all, in the next few months, the election will be concluded judicially. The impact on the institution, on the institution of democracy, in terms of the erosion of the integrity of that particular institution, will be felt, and it will not be good for the system. Yeah. Just since the election, there's been an allegation that the CJ, met Tinubu, allegedly, turned out that in London, it's not been proved, it's been disproved. Just only a few days ago, there was the allegation that I think a member of the panel, resigned, claiming to be under pressure or whatever, and that's also, has been debunked. Has been debunked. Thank you. So what I'm saying is that culture, we should be mindful, of the implication of it, that it should not be. Then before we take the other story, let me also, in the article statement, let me also point out this, that Nigerians, I don't know why we enjoy insulting ourselves as a nation. Every time, every politician, from all sides, when you say you put the international community on alert. Are we saying that we are helping? We are not dealing with their own situation. There was January 6th in America, America is dealing with its own electoral problem, you know.
Yeah.
What happened in January 6th is worse than whatever has happened in this election. No politician in America, no media organization, no institution, you know, has appealed to any international community to come and help them, you know, or inviting sanctions that people should come and, you know, that another country should come and sanction those who have been accused, you know, of perpetrating the perfidy, you know, of journalists. So what I'm saying is that we should stop this action of saying that we are calling on the international community to stop.
Okay, but you don't think it has become something of a cliche? People just say, "Oh, the world is watching." Oh, global communities. I don't think it's a serious.
It's more than that.
He's saying that they shouldn't put them on notice. Why are you?
Who are they putting on notice? They're just saying it. They're not putting anybody on notice.
No, they said it in the final address that they called on the international.
We should deal with our problems.
Who are they?
We should deal with our problems. You know, if there is any wrongdoing, let us look into our own system, make it strong, you know, and deal with the problem, and not relying on any other country to come and you know.
Mr. Komolafe, we see that you take exception to Atiku's comment because as it relates to the judiciary. But I would like for you to tie it into this 4 governors Wike attend appeal court president's son's memorial. Can you really? No. Let me make myself clear. I'm not taking exception to Atiku's statement because I don't know what fact Atiku has. You know. He put on a lot of different facts.
All I'm just trying to say is that if Atiku has any evidence, you know, that within the system, you know, that it could report, you know, because it's an allegation of corruption because if you are saying that the judiciary is being manipulated, it should look into, it should exhaust the possibilities within our institutions, you know, and not just reduce it to, you know, making political
and
tariffs.
State facts,
so
right.
I'm not in position to take exception to his statement because I don't know what fact he has, you know, inputting. But what I'm just trying to say now. Now the other point I'm making, yes, I agree with you. It's related. That is the thing about the integrity of the judiciary.
The judiciary.
You know, like I said, it used not to be like that. You know, like people will tell you about the golden age, for instance, you know, of the Supreme Court. You know, they will mention names of some great justices. You know, of that court. People like Justice Oputa, Esho, Obaseki, you know, and the rest. Now, why people, you know, mention those names, you know, in reference now is because of the integrity. Because those justices, you know, when they were in the saddle, you know, at the bench in the judiciary, they maintained, you know, the integrity of that institution, you know, that, you know, the judge is a hallowed place, you know. So the institution whereby, you know, judges are common faces in parties, you know, so, you have a case before a judge, and then if I have a case with OG, for instance, you know, and the judge, you know, handling that case, and I see, I open this day style, you know, see OG whining, you know, so naturally, you know, as the other party, I will ask some doubt,
and even giving statements.
So that is why. That is before now, you know, things like that will not happen. You know, because the thing about confidence, you know, it's not just that you should do what is right. You should be seen to be doing what is right. You know, so the optics, you know, of all these things, they matter. And I think that the judges, you know, the judiciary, you know, they should be mindful of it. You know, I think they need a lot of introspection,
you know, absolutely.
I'm curious, Mr. Kenny, just in a situation like this, before we move on to the next paper, where, you know, they're saying that, okay, I mean, this is a woman who, of course, we're in a place where she's in an emotional state. That's not what she's thinking about. She's trying to, you know, bury her child. And now you see these 4 governors and ex-governors pull up to the service. At that point, we know that, okay, they have not been invited, but does the onus now, is it on her or on, you know, the system to say, okay, maybe this is not the best place? Because we're talking about optics, of course, and we're talking about the confidence of the public and judiciary system. Who will be responsible for making sure that these kind of things don't happen?
Absolutely. I see the point you're making, and that was the point I'm making, that the caution in this side should be on all sides, you know, not just the judiciary, the politicians, you know, the media, you know, the public, you know, that the question of building the institution of the judiciary it should be a collective effort, and everyone should play his own role. I think the caution, should have been on the part of the politicians.
Yeah.
Should have been. So I'm saying that everybody has a role to play.
Absolutely.
The blame should not just be be put on the judiciary. Yeah. And just quickly before we leave this day, I think this story is very important, and that is the chief of army staff, going to the Mango, because what has been going on in that local government, that area, been very tragic,
very.
In the last few weeks, So I think it is reassuring that the chief of army staff, read the riot act. That is the kind of thing we are calling for in the past.
Okay.
That that the point should be made clear.
Yeah.
If people go to a place, you start killing people, and as if we live in a lawless society that is not under any security. So the expectation now is that the words, will be matched with action.
Absolutely.
And then the situation in the Mago area will be.
I like that. Let's move over now to this day's style. If you can pull that up, the cover.
The top story there says, 54 days after the fuel subsidy removal, where are the palliatives? Nigerians ask Tinubu. Majority groan under severe hardship. Naira continues to free fall in parallel market. Economy grinding to a halt. The president's delayed cabinet formation exacerbates the problem. Very quickly, if you could just touch.
Yes,
this is the wheel, is it?
That's the wheel.
The wheel.
But then there's something similar in Sunday Tribune. There's a special report that says Nigerians, workers struggle to stay alive, earn a living, as high cost of transportation depletes salaries and resources. And of course, if you take that with the lead story of the same Sunday Tribune, tuition fee hike, don't take us for granted. Labour warns federal government. NANS threatens nationwide protest, urges Tinubu to prevail on federal varsities management. I think with what the will is saying, yes, there was initial euphoria of the policies, reforms that Ashwaju is making as a president. But then 7 weeks, almost 8 weeks down the line, people are groaning. And the suffering is real, KK.
Where are the palliatives?
Legitimate question.
My question.
Yeah, there is. It's a legitimate question.
Yes.
And I expectedly, the media, is supposed to convey, the feelings, as they are the reality.
Absolutely.
So what I'm saying is that, what, especially in all the newspapers, on the front pages, the reality there on the street, on the streets, rather, is being conveyed, and it's expected that the government will say that, the patience, of the people, should not be
taken for granted.
Taken for granted, that, because in fact, the question should even be made broader, that is, it's not just where are the palliatives, but after palliatives are supposed to be temporary,
exactly,
emergency, but what is even more important is the definitive solution, in terms of ensuring the welfare of the people.
Absolutely.
Which I dare say is what the Constitution says is the duty of government.
It is.
The Nigerian Constitution says the purpose of government should be the welfare and the security, of the people.
Absolutely.
So it will require even more than palliatives. It will require actually having, an economic plan, economic program, in place, and which will be aimed at ensuring the welfare of the people, and in that wise, such a policy must have a good dose of anti-poverty content, That is actually what is required is to actually wage war against poverty, through efficacious, policies.
Right.
Absolutely.
The Guardian is saying that time is ticking for Tinubu to save poor, vulnerable Nigerians.
Yeah, absolutely.
Time
is ticking.
Time waits for no one.
Essence.
Well, we'd like to thank you very much, Mr. Komolafe, for joining us, and we hope to see you next week.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So guys, thank you so much for watching. What do you think about this video? Please kindly leave your thoughts in the comment section. I will see you again in my next one. Bye for now.